Well, in my last video, I took a look at the process for getting a visa, but today I thought it would be a good idea to have a look at the language requirements for each visa type. So, as you can see, there are a number of different visas. Remember, this video applies to the United Kingdom. Other countries, of course, will have different requirements. So remember, this is for the United Kingdom. General visas require a CEFR score of C1. This is the same thing that is used in a Preply's placement test, and it is on a standard internationalised scale. So you've got to remember that you have to get this score to qualify at each of the four skills in most areas. So for most visas, you've got to score the level stated in each of the skills: reading, writing, speaking and listening. So for a general visa to come to the United Kingdom, you need level C1, which is equivalent to an IELTS score of 7 overall, and remember that's in each of the four skills. Exceptional talent visas need only intermediate level B1 in each of the four skills. A visa for entrepreneurs, if you've got an invention, that's what the word entrepreneur means, you'll need level B1 or an IELTS score of 4. For a graduate entrepreneur visa, you also need intermediate level B1 or a score of 4 in the IELTS. These requirements are all for Tier 1. Tier 2 visas require, for a general visa, level B1 intermediate, IELTS 4. For a sports person, someone just to come into the country to take part in a sporting event, you only need level A1, or that is IELTS at level 4. Ministers of religion will require B2, which is higher intermediate, which is IELTS level 5.5 in each of the skills and overall. And then, of course, you also have the Tier 4 visa, which is a student visa. It means below degree level here and pre-sessional courses. You'll require level B1 intermediate or IELTS level 4. General student visas for a degree level study and above means postgraduate. You will need the slightly higher requirement of B2, which is higher intermediate, IELTS score of 5.5 overall and in each of the skills. Now, if you are coming to the United Kingdom on a family visa as a spouse or parent of a child, you'll only need level A1, which is elementary, and you'll need it in speaking and listening skills only, and you'll basically need the IELTS level 4. And then finally, to get an extension to an existing family visa as a spouse or a parent, you'll need to be up to level A2 in the CEFR test, and that is in just speaking and listening, and that means life skills at A2 and IELTS level 4 in speaking and listening only. Now, this is basically a flowchart which is intended for students. Now, in most cases, you will need a student visa. The only exception being where you're studying with a higher educational institution, which is on the UKVI list of student sponsors because they provide the tuition themselves. Other than that, if you are studying at degree level, you will need a higher educational institution that's on the UKVI list of sponsors, and that will require you to have an IELTS academic level result. If you don't have that, you'll need to take the test for it, the UKVI, for academic purposes. You will need to check with the course provider that it meets the requirements. Now, if you've already got the IELTS academic test result, then you need to have taken it. Basically, if after this date, you have to take the test again. If you took it before the rules changed, the 22nd of April 2015, then you won't need to take that again. So if your IELTS test was taken before 22nd of April 2015, then you'll need to take it again if it was taken since that time. But if you did so before, you will still have it, and it should normally still be valid, so long as it was before the 5th of November 2015. Once you've met that requirement, your result should still be UKVI supported. It's a little bit complicated, but the diagram tells you what you need to know. Now, finally, we'll look specifically at the area of healthcare, because that is by far the commonest type of work visa that people get to come and work in the UK, usually to work in the National Health Service, NHS, in which I was employed for many years. Now, to get a general visa in this area, you'll need to be for Tier 1, you will need to get to CEFR level C1 in all 4 of the skills: reading, writing, speaking and listening, which is equivalent to IELTS level 7. But for an exceptional talent visa, useful in some areas, you only need to be at B1 intermediate level, which is equivalent to UKVI test IELTS at level 4, but you have to remember achieve that in all the 4 skills: reading, writing, speaking and listening. The entrepreneur visa, again, you will need level B1, and the same requirement for the graduate entrepreneur visa. Now, for a Tier 2 general visa, in most cases the requirement is level B1 intermediate in all 4 skills, and that is UKVI test equivalency IELTS 4. For a sports person visa, the requirement is less stringent. Here you will need to be at level A1 elementary, which is basically in all 4 of the skills. You'll need to be at IELTS level 4 in all the skills. You'll also need to have passed the life skills test at A1 only. For a Minister of Religion visa, there are ministers of religion who work in the healthcare services to provide pastoral services. You'll need to be higher intermediate level B2. That's IELTS level 5.5. You will need to have that again in all 4 skills, as in most cases. For a Tier 4 general student visa below degree level, and for pre-sessional courses, you'll need to be at intermediate level B1 in each of the 4 skills, and that is IELTS equivalent level 4. General student visas for degree level study and above degree is postgraduate, you will need higher intermediate level B2 in all 4 skills, and that's IELTS level 5.5 overall. Now, on the family route, you'll see that you require, as a spouse, partner or parent of a dependent, usually a child, you will need level A1 in speaking and listening only, and that means you need to take the life skills test at level A1, and you also need to be at IELTS equivalent level 4, which is equivalent to level A1. For an extension to the visa, you'll need to be at level A2, which is pre-intermediate, and that again is in speaking and listening only. You don't need reading or writing skills for this. That's equivalent to getting life skills test at level A2, and you'll need the IELTS level 4 and equivalent. And then finally, for indefinite leave to remain or settle, you're going to need to be at level B1 in speaking and listening anyway. Indefinite leave to remain means that you can stay in the country indefinitely, potentially for life. You'll only need to achieve level B1 in speaking and listening, and you'll need to take the life skills test at level B1, and that's equivalent to IELTS level 4. Okay, a little bit complicated, but these tables are available from me and online, so if you have any further questions, feel free to ask.